Welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm here with a very sick Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Yeah, she's not that sick. But...
Oh, not today. Yesterday. I was very sick.
She was very sick yesterday. I think all the She-Ra got to her.
No. Germs got to me.
The germs got to her. So, thankfully, Geeky is not in the same position that Luke Skywalker is in.
No.
Luke Skywalker, of course, was unceremoniously killed off at the end of The Last Jedi, but now Lucasfilm, in a moment of sheer brilliance or a reaction to fan backlash or whatever, has decided that they're going to bring Luke Skywalker back.
Yes.
We don't know how Luke Skywalker is going to be brought back, but there are fan theories floating around. We have a few theories of our own.
Yes, we'll share ours later on.
So should we discuss this article first?
Yes, go ahead and discuss the article.
All right, so this article is coming from Esquire. Okay, Esquire, which at one point was a reputable magazine, is now lifting theories from Express.uk, which is lifting theories from YouTube. So take it for what you will.
Well, we'll give Express some theories of our own.
We'll give them some theories. Some theories. So, okay, a new Star Wars rumor details Luke Skywalker's surprising return in Episode 9. This certainly doesn't sound like a Force ghost. All right. In late July, Disney announced that Mark Hamill would be among the cast returning for Star Wars 9. This news introduced a few exciting options for the upcoming conclusion of the Skywalker saga. In Star Wars The Last Jedi, we see Luke's physical body vanish after he used the Force to project himself onto another planet, where he buys the Resistance enough time to escape the First Order. Kind of a pointless death for Luke,
Yeah, pretty much.
So how would he return in Episode 9? The two most obvious choices would he appears as a Force ghost, as we've seen with Obi-Wan and Yoda, or we see him in a flashback, which they did a flashback in the last movie. Didn't really feel very Star Warsy, but they did it. According to Express.uk, Luke could be neither of these in Star Wars 9, as leaked. As the leak scene is described, Luke Skywalker is in front of Rey in the jungle world. In the background, there are ancient stone steps that lead to some rooms which appear to be a Jedi temple of some kind. Luke appears to be in his physical form, as if he is not dead, but he may be a Force ghost and more solid this time. What does that mean? I
didn't know that the solidity of ghosts varies.
He's.
But then again, they keep rewriting it because since when did Force ghosts use lightning?
He's semi-solid.
He's semi-solid.
He's semi-sweet. He's partially moist. I don't know. He's partly there. No blue hue is described in this sequence. Well, they would do that in post. Luke holds his iconic green lightsaber hilt in his hand, but it's not ignited as Rey examines it. This could be one of Luke's lessons to Rey, teaching her how to develop a lightsaber like his own. Luke's face has no beard and shorter hair, shorter than his hair on Crate. He wears a brown robe with white sleeves. So they theorize. Now it's possible Luke in his isolated studies has become a more powerful version of a Force ghost. Has he found some key to immortality?
Green milk.
Okay, so let's talk about our theories.
Oh, you want to talk about our theories before we talk about that? I was just going to say real quick, one theory is supposed to be that he's younger, right? Is like a younger version of him? Because, if you have no beard and short hair, that automatically makes you younger.
That's right.
If that was true, there'd be a lot more men out there, shaving their beards off and cutting their hair. But what it reminds me of is like the Superman thing, where his father's knowledge was stored in crystals. Is that what you think they're going to do?
God, I hope not.
Force knowledge. It's a Jedi temple where all the Jedi have stored their knowledge. Every Jedi of the past has stored their knowledge there for future Jedi to come and check out their book, check out their crystal, pop it in, and watch the DVD.
Oh, jeez.
I'm hoping that's not the case. And wasn't there another rumor that we were hearing too that was that he was everything about him in the last movie was a projection?
Yeah, there was a theory. They said that they could undo The Last Jedi basically by making the Luke on Ahch-To be a projection. So he basically projected himself onto Crate, and he also projected himself onto Ahch-To for whatever reason.
He does a lot of projecting.
Luke does a lot of projecting. Yeah.
Okay, so those theories. We have our own theories.
Okay.
So we got a list of our theories now. You ready for this?
Get out the paper.
Okay. This one's never been done. It's so unique. He's a clone.
He's a clone. Is that with two O's?
Yeah, like there's two U's in the Star Wars
books.
He's
a clone.
He's a clone. He's a clone. It's not him. It's Luke with two U's. Just like in the one comic series, the Emperor was back as a clone.
It was a Dark Empire.
And he was a clone.
Yeah,
and isn't there the one rumor that Matt Smith's going to be the Emperor as a clone?
They talked about that. That's dumb.
These are all rumors, obviously.
They're all rumors.
None of us know what the hell's going on.
I don't know.
Okay. Our second theory was it was all a dream, and Kylo Ren imagined it in his snow globe.
That's what Crate is.
That's right. It's a snow globe. You know, he's in therapy. They're giving him the snow globe to do regression therapy and focus on. And he envisioned his uncle's death in his snow globe.
Oh, God.
So it was all a dream in his snow globe.
What do you want most, Ben? I want my Uncle Luke to die.
Yeah, because he's on therapy for his anger issues.
And my dad. And my mom. I want them all to die.
Let it die. Let the past die. It's all part of Rey's vision.
Yeah, that would be really funny if her magic journey into the partially moist hole of the planet that Luke was on actually was she's still in the cave. She's still in the cave, and the last half of the Last Jedi is just a vision, and then they could just say, hey, this is the bad scenario. Kind of like X-Men, Days of Future Past, so they go back and they retcon The Last Stand because it was an awful movie. They could just retcon The Last Jedi and say, this is the bad future.
Yeah.
You know, you have to stop this, right?
Sadly, that is, as out there as that sounds, that makes more sense than what actually happened because, you know, like in Empire, when Luke went into the cave, there actually was like, he saw himself as Vader and all this stuff. It was kind of like a very strong, thing happened and could be a turning point for him. She goes in to the hole they keep telling her not to go to, even though she feels drawn to it, goes in and sees herself as nobody.
It's a funhouse mirror, basically.
That was her vision trip journey. This actually makes more sense than the actual movie version made. My other theory is green milk makes you immortal.
That is totally possible, especially if it's fresh from the teat.
Right.
If you suck it directly from the teat. Now, Luke was being polite because Rey was there, but I'm sure Luke has snuck a few drinks directly from the teat. I hope he got consent.
Why else would you go down and get that milk to begin with? So it makes you go down on that. You're not even washing it first. It makes you immortal. Another theory: fish nuns.
Yeah, we don't even know what their purpose is. Fish
nuns. We don't know what magical fish nun unholy powers these magical fish nuns have. They're just fish nuns. Maybe they do more than clean. Another theory is Rose Tico pushed him out of the way too.
Yeah, right. So
he didn't die. That was actually him, but Rose Tico pushed him out of the way.
Tico pushed him out of the way.
And then when she pushed him out of the way, it pushed his projection out of the way, and it just bumped to another planet next to it.
It's astral push.
It's given an astral push.
The astral shove.
Yeah, and he didn't really disappear. He just moved to the planet next to it, and it's like, oh, how did it appear? Because of love.
Well, I suppose that could work, because I think Kylo Ren wanted to give Rey the astral shove, but they wouldn't go there. It was PG-13.
That's a different kind of shove.
Yeah, it's a different kind of shove.
Okay. Since we know that Force Ghosts now have lightning powers, Yoda used Jedi lightning to shock his heart back into working. He was phasing in and out, shocked him back into existence. Like he disappeared. He went to and he's like,
"Stay away from the light, Luke."
Yeah, he went. Yoda's like, nope.
Not going to the Jedi.
Not dead. You are. Zap, and he came back, and he's alive.
And they laughed because he's like, "You gotta do another movie, sucker."
Yeah, that's right. And then my favorite theory, which actually is Squid King's theory, and it was actually really, 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 really good, which is because they're all owned by Disney, the Star Wars universe and the Marvel universe is crossed over. And when Luke disappeared, it was because Thanos snapped his fingers. And since we know they're going to undo that in the next movie, that'll bring Luke back.
That would be funny.
That would be funny, but it was brilliant. I was like, oh my god, I never would have thought of that.
If that was like this, oh my god, if that was the stinger of Avengers 4, like they show at the very end, everybody's back, whatever, however the movie is going to end, at the very end, you see Luke just like reappear.
That's right, that's what I'm saying.
Just run the footage backwards.
Since they're all owned by Disney, when Thanos snapped his fingers, it took Luke out too. And when they undo it, he'll come back.
Oh my god.
So I thought that I was rather proud of him for that one. That was a mom moment of pride for me. Go ahead.
God, so some other crazy Star Wars theories thankfully never happened. Mark Hamill suggested Boba Fett should be Luke Skywalker's mom.
He was joking, though.
He was joking during Empire. He said, well, there should be another big reveal. Boba Fett should be my mom. Thankfully,
don't give him ideas.
Don't give him any more ideas. Disney's already got plenty of dumb ideas when it comes to how they're kind of steering this ship, I think.
Yeah.
So, steering it into the...
I think no matter what they do, they really, I mean, bringing Luke back is the best, smartest thing they can do.
Yeah.
Because I think by killing Luke off in the last one, I think that's what upset people more than anything. I mean, there's a lot of things to be upset about. But I think that one really...
Oh yeah, that was definitely the dumbest. I mean, you just killed Han. You can't kill Luke.
Well, Han was killed in a way that made sense. He was trying to save his son. It was at least heroic. This was just, I mean, I guess it's heroic because he brushed the thing off. It was only seen the whole movie. It was actually good. But it was really a shit way to kill off Luke Skywalker.
If he was actually heroic, he would have pulled the X-Wing out of the ocean and flown to the planet and kicked some ass.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
We can't have that because he's a guy.
He's very disappointed. So that's another out there rumor. And hey, other Star Wars news. They canceled the Darth Vader comic that Chuck Wendig wrote because Chuck Wendig got canceled. His career got canceled because of his tweets.
Well, it probably won't be his whole career.
No, just he got fired from Marvel because he was saying some really off-the-wall stuff on Twitter.
He was saying some pretty bad
which
stuff.
He admitted to, but then there were some people throwing stuff, and I forget who said it exactly, but they were like, anybody who takes over for Chuck Wendig, we're going to... The collective comic book community is going to know who you are, and I'd hate to be that person.
You scab.
It's basically what it was. You scab. So they canceled the comic book altogether. This guy thinks it's hilarious.
Here's the thing, like I said before, we've talked about other times, is that in the grand scheme of things, Disney owns Marvel Comics is really not that important.
No, it's not. And it's so funny because comic book people, we talked about this with the comic book industry, like comic book people have no perspective. They don't realize how low on the totem pole the comic book industry actually is in like the Disney empire or the Warner Brothers empire. Like they're not really... comic books mean less than t-shirts. And
they keep going on about, well, they need the new comic books and the new stories for stories in the future movies. It's like, one, they have how many decades worth of stuff already? And two, a lot of people who did do well and come up with a lot of these good stories, they've already moved over to the to the movie divisions of these companies. Yeah. So... Yeah, they'll just hire away the best writers to come up with original stories. They don't even need the comic books anymore. No. I mean, they could create, honestly, Marvel, they could create characters wholesale, just completely make up new superheroes no one's ever heard of before and push them. And they're going to go. Yeah, they'll go because they'll be like, hey, it's part of the MCU. So we do know in episode 9 they're going to have space ponies with brushable hair. Well, no, just those are brushable hair. It doesn't count unless it's the toy with brushable hair. And I want to know what the heck's going on with the lump behind the space pony. Clearly, is that a person? That's Ryan Johnson. That's his role in episode 9. He's cleaning up after the space ponies with brushable hair. That's no. Okay. So, I don't know. It just sounds to me like they're going to try their best to undo episode 8 because it wasn't very popular, and you can pretty much pinpoint the decline in Star Wars, pinpoint it to episode 8. People really it was a very polarizing movie. Regardless of what you think of it, it was disappointing for Disney at the box office. It did drop off quickly, and most people think it had, this is why Solo bombed. Well, I just find it interesting if they do redo it. But for all the, oh no, episode 8 was fantastic, it was the best movie ever, and there's no fan backlash, only a small amount of people hated it, then why bring him back at all? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And then I know you were talking earlier, you're just kind of done with it and you don't care. Yeah, we do Star Wars videos on occasion. It's like Resistance. We kind of follow the drama with Star Wars Resistance, in regards to the Rotten Tomatoes score, in regards to the trailer. But I tried watching an episode of it. I only got about halfway through it. Like, I was very excited about Star Wars, even leading up to The Last Jedi. I was, kind of trying to follow the spoilers, and I was actually very excited for it. And it was such a letdown that I really don't care. Well, I'll give you one reason to care about it. The new one. Just do it for Mark Hamill. Do it for Mark Hamill. Because I think he got so screwed in the last one, and I don't know for sure, but the way it sounds is he tried to tell them, and they wouldn't listen to him. Yeah. And he got the character of Luke got so crapped on the last film. I'd do it just for him, just because, hold out hope just for him. Those tears in his eye, those are real. That is the face of a broken man. So yeah, do it for I'll do it for Mark. I'll try to care for Mark. Okay, is there anything else you want to talk about? I think we're done. All right. I can't rant about Star Wars like I used to. I just don't have enough give a shit left. Do it for Mark. I'll do it for Mark. I'll give a little shit. I'll give a little shit for Mark.
Just a little bit.
Does not sound good.
Just a little bit.
It does not sound good.
Okay,
anyway.
so that is it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when we upload. This has been Neon and Geeky for Clownfish TV.
Bye.
Goodbye.